back in the motherfucking house. It's been a minute. What's up, Tom?
What's happening?
What's good, E?
What's going on?
Man, we just rushed through Labor Day, man. I took a few days off, tried to get real cool about it. What about y'all? What y'all do?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Nothing.
Nothing? That's what old motherfuckers do, nothing.
Yeah, catch up in my sleep.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I did. Fuck around, work on the motherfucking yard. Ain't like it was back in the day when the motherfucker be at every party, every function, everything.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
True that.
Yeah, you get old, you stop all that shit, man. You slow down. You want to watch other shit.
Yeah, I didn't do that shit.
So what's good, I mean? What's happening in the news that y'all said, you know, damn, this motherfucker tripping. We ain't gonna talk about the dumb shit, no K shit. We ain't talking about none of that shit. We ain't gonna talk about stupid ass. We gonna let him just do his shit.
But you still brought him up. You just brought him up.
No, that's other stupid ass.
There's a couple of stupid asses.
There's K stupid ass and this
But why
T
we
stupid
bringing
ass.
up K stupid ass? Don't even bring up that fucker.
Motherfucker, you slipped last week, so I get to slip this week.
You know, you did it last week. You did the same shit last week.
I didn't bring him up. You did.
No, you did.
Tone.
Who's that?
He brought him up and I spoke
Who brought
on
up
him.
who brought up that fool? And I said, I thought we wasn't speaking on him.
No, you brought him up and I spoke on him. And then you said I thought we weren't speaking on him. Whatever.
We speaking on him right
I don't even
now.
remember. I don't know.
God damn, man.
Hey,
I
so
can't escape this
anyway,
dude.
Eminem put out a new CD, record,
Kamikaze.
album, whatever you want to say. What day was that? I think it was like Saturday morning or some shit like that.
It
Friday.
dropped, yeah, at least 4 or 5 days ago. I think, yeah.
So,
That's a damn shame. We don't even know when record
well, you know
come
what?
out like
Check
we
it out,
used
check it
to
out.
back in high school.
I was about to say
it came out.
no. That's not true. Because I was just about to say, that's what's good. Because when we were kids, when we were young in high school, we didn't know when albums were dropping. They would just drop. Now that's when they do the build up, like September the 1st. It's coming, and then they always want to pull it back. When we were younger, we knew, like, you knew NWA, like, for instance, hadn't put out an album in a while. So you knew eventually something was about to come out. But we didn't know. We had no dates on when the album. We was in the record store like, oh, shit.
We
NWA got a new record. We'd be in Tower Records with a new. And they'd be
Yeah,
like,
we didn't. Shit. When you're like a couple of blocks away from Tower Records from high school, man, people was skipping school to pick up like NWA.
yeah, but we didn't
stuff.
know. But what I'm saying is we didn't know ahead of time that the NWA album was coming out Monday.
Man,
It's
I don't
coming
know
out
how them
Tuesday.
people got it because they came in back in the middle of the school day with a tape.
What it was a cat would go up in there.
Yeah.
A cat would go up in there.
Yeah.
He would buy it, and then he would by word of mouth. It would get around, and by the time lunchtime, everybody was buying the shit. But now, because of streaming and
It's
shit,
streaming and stuff. Yeah,
everything
coming out like
social
midnight
media,
and shit.
the shit drops, and everybody. It's not a surprise. So that's what was cool. That was what's cool about Eminem is that I didn't know it was dropping, and from what I hear, nobody knew it was dropping. It just dropped. I guess Beyonce does the same thing. She drops albums. That album Beyonce and Jay-Z just did together. Nobody knew that was happening.
Nope.
And Beyonce's album, when it dropped, nobody knew it was happening.
So
She
I
just
think it
dropped
dropped on the 30th, which is, I guess that's a good day. Last Thursday? Is that
Was
what
that
it was?
Thursday?
I think that's what it says, dropping on the 30th.
So
But the bottom line is he dropped. So Eminem hasn't been out in a while. I think Revival might have been the last one.
well, yeah, he had a revival.
Right.
It's only been like a year, right?
No,
When did Revival come out?
I'll be the first to say I ain't buying no Eminem stuff.
I don't even
in
think
a
I listened to.
long
I
time.
don't even think I listened to Revival at all.
Ah.
Nah,
Yeah,
he got a
I
lot
think-
of criticism for that.
I
too.
think Eminem is a talented rapper. I'm just saying with the music, I don't know, man. The music ain't working for me, and so I kind of lay off Eminem because of the music. Just my opinion, man. But I as a rapper, man, the man is talented as shit. But I don't know, man.
Lyrically, you can't fuck with him.
Yeah, I'm with you. Lyrically, I hear him get on some other people's tracks and the beat be hella fat, and he just ripped that shit up. When I listen to his album, I'm usually not too much of a fan of the music. So, but
Yeah.
M's talented, man. The dude could spit, man. It's incredible. So, it's hard to say. But this album, apparently, he had something to say, right?
He's got a lot to say.
E?
I mean, I guess his so this album, I guess he's answering everybody who didn't like his last album. So
Sound
what
like
was
he
it called?
doing a little
Revival,
bit more
right?
than
So
answering.
Revival. So nobody liked Revival. Everybody criticized that cipher thing. When you remember when he had when he was in the garage and he was in the what was that, the BET Awards or something, where he had the cipher thing when he was in the garage. It was something where he was in the garage
Right.
and he was talking about Donald Trump and everything else, and
Yeah,
everybody,
yeah.
everybody kind of had an opinion about that, and whether he was, whether it was fire or not. I mean, whatever. But so he's answering. I've listened to the album probably 5 different times, and I've listened to it from beginning to end 5 different times.
Well, before we go into the album, let's back up to that one thing you just said. The Donald Trump thing, for me, I thought that was fire. I like that. I like that he went off and said something. He gave his political views.
Well, I mean, I don't think they were questioning so much his opinion on Donald Trump. It was more about lyrically, was it nice? And that was, to me, it was mediocre. It wasn't.
When you're talking politics, you got to kind of.
No,
Yeah.
that's not true.
You don't think you should stick to
Black Thought does
the
it
facts?
awesomely. Black Thought does it politics, and he does it wonderfully. his shit is nice. Public Enemy did it for years, and it was nice. The way he did it, it was just mediocre. I mean, especially what you come to expect from Eminem lyrically, you expect a little more than that.
Yeah, I don't get why people made a big issue about it. Like he was getting in politics. Cat's been doing politics. KRS-One been talking
I
about
mean, even
Yeah, yeah.
Eminem's done
political and
politics.
social issues.
Yes.
Just like he said, Public Enemy been talking about that
Yeah,
shit.
but they
Common said
generalize.
shit.
They generalize. You guys.
No,
gotta
that's
give
not
it,
true.
You gotta give it. Yeah,
They've talked about
M-State-
Ronald Reagan by name, that he
Okay.
brought the drugs in. He brought it in.
Okay, spit the line. So if you spit the line, if you say the line,
wait,
it's gonna be
wait,
for
wait,
X amount of
whoa.
seconds. It's gonna be X amount of seconds. It's not gonna be a whole 3 minutes talking about one Ronald Reagan.
Wait a minute, that wasn't 3 minutes. It was a cipher. It was like
It was a cipher.
It was like a minute and a half.
That was just freestyling.
It was his
It was
freestyle.
a
minute and a half, 2
yeah.
minutes.
It wasn't even all that.
And I thought he did a good job. I thought it was. I liked what he had to say.
I didn't say, Kev. I didn't. None of us said it was bad. I just said it was mediocre.
Right.
Come to what you expect from Eminem lyrically, because every time I hear Eminem, I expect Renegade.
Bars.
I expect the way he spit it on Renegade. I don't get that all the time,
No.
but that's what you come to expect, especially when it's a spotlight, like a cipher, a freestyle like that. You've never heard Eminem give a whack freestyle. Every Eminem interview, as far as back when Sway and Tech, to him on satellite radio on Sirius, when he does freestyles, I mean they up there with the best. That's one
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
that he can do. So
Oh,
when
yeah,
you
yeah,
heard
yeah.
so when you heard this, it seemed like it was more maybe thought put into it, which ain't a bad thing, but it wasn't as clever as we come to know Eminem to be. So I'm not saying that his message wasn't correct. The message was correct. It just but it's a lot of motherfuckers come with that same message. It just was Eminem this time.
Yeah, this is one time I got to challenge both of y'all to say that I listened to hella PE, KRS-One, all of them, and I don't think they stayed on the topic as long as M stayed on one subject. So for me, I'm gonna give M an A minus.
Wait a
So
minute. You comparing a
That's
whole album
crazy.
to
I'm
a
talking
cipher?
about
Exactly.
I'm talking
Public
about-
Enemy,
See,
not
that's
even
what
an
I'm
album.
saying.
Not even an album.
wait a minute,
Public
wait a minute.
Enemy
Hold,
did a
hold,
whole
hold,
career on it. They ain't
hold.
never talked about nothing but politics.
I'm not knocking the
See,
cipher. The cipher
I
was
think,
a couple
I think
of
where you're making your mistake at, you're
Right.
talking about a whole album. If Eminem had a whole album to just throw out blurbs like Public Enemy did and like KRS-One did,
I mean, blurbs
name
are
the
whole
track.
songs.
Name the track. And tell me the track, and I'll find it that they talk about One person the whole time.
I'm not gonna go find the track. I mean, first of all, he's not talking about one person the whole time. But I guarantee you, we can find a song where he's talking about the government or he's talking about a president for a minute, because that's how long the cipher was, a minute. But with that being said, I just I don't even like comparing that minute and a half movement to like a Public Enemy movement or a KRS-One movement or any other like political rappers movement, because it's just that much bigger of a movement than that minute and a half on a hip hop show, which we ain't heard shit
I will
about
agree.
before from him,
I
and
will
we ain't
agree.
heard shit after. This whole album, did he mention it again? Did he mention about Black Lives Matter or the kids getting killed in this album at all?
No. I will agree that PE made a career of politics and speaking up for Black lives or speaking up for Black people in general. I will agree they opened my eyes to a lot of things. So I would agree that. But I still will agree that Eminem, for that minute and whatever it was, speaking on a person who's relevant today, he did a good job. That's my take on it. I thought he did a good job.
I think the thing was with that was people were kind of surprised. Yeah, okay, it was cool for him to say that, but at the same time, they didn't really like his. I don't know. It could have been better.
Delivery.
Yeah, delivery.
The rap just wasn't that good.
I mean, he had his
Okay,
critics.
Let me ask you a question
Huh.
about Eminem.
Huh.
Does he need to do it?
Does
If
need
he
to
would
do
have
what?
did, if he would have did it, wouldn't have done it, would you have thought anything of Eminem about not doing it?
No, because he's
He's
never done it
famous
before.
as he is, right?
Okay.
Famous as he possibly can be. Nothing changes for him, right?
No,
So
Wait a minute,
obviously,
I didn't answer the
think-
question. I didn't answer the question.
Oh, okay, go ahead, Aaron.
he's staring at me. He's looking into your eyes.
Someone gave you the answer you wanted,
All right.
so you ain't gonna let me answer.
I want you to answer.
I question. You said, does he need it?
Yeah, does he need it?
And mind you, I'm a little bit swayed. I did listen to Joe Budden today, and he pointed out some stuff that really made me think about some stuff. And I might say, it makes me think maybe it is needed, because
Today
Joe-
or
yes.
when he did it?
or when he did it, or today, just
'Cause-
today. When I say today, I'm talking
Nim has
about
been destroying the
okay,
ciphers for a
today.
few years.
What I'm trying to say is, does he need it? When you say today, I'm talking about present. So
Okay.
I'm talking about in the last right now what's going on. So what I'm saying is, yes, I'm thinking that he might need it because
Okay, I might have worded that wrong.
because what you said earlier, like when you said, is he relevant or something?
I said that before about other
he's
artists
not
are
relevant
irrelevant.
anymore, and that's
At the
what's
time when he did the cipher about Donald Trump,
Yeah.
when he's been destroying the BET ciphers every year.
no, he hasn't.
Okay.
He's only been on one before that.
Okay.
It was only one cipher that he was nice on.
Okay.
Remember the next year they had all them little cats, and they was horrible.
Oh, the freshman.
Yeah, and that was horrible, and they ain't did shit. Now that's why when this one came, it was supposed to be big again, because they was going to bring back the cats that was the main
That
cats.
most people want to see.
Yeah, that people
anyway.
wanna see.
Right. All right.
So what I'm gonna say is,
when he did cipher, he was relevant. Or
no,
not
he was
relevant.
not relevant,
He wasn't relevant.
and he's still not relevant. So what I'm saying is, what I mean by that, and this is what I'm talking about when I heard from Joe today, that he kind of pointed out is that we haven't really, Eminem ain't been on top in a while. If
It's
you
been a
really
while.
think about it, it's been a long time
It's
since Eminem's
a
been on
long
top.
time.
And Eminem's done that thing where, and I'm not mad at him, a lot of big stars do. They just kind of disappear. They stay quiet, and you live off your legend. So it only becomes a problem if you want to be relevant. If you're online, you're looking at, who's hot, who's not, and you're not being mentioned anymore. So at that time, yeah, I think he needed, if he wanted to be part of the conversation again, yes, he needed to come out and say something that was going to make everybody talk about Eminem again. And of course, what's the hottest thing at that time? What was the hottest thing to talk about was Donald Trump and
Trump.
kids getting shot by the police unjustified. And that's what he went for. And so that's what he did. And mind you, the the album, another thing Joe Budden kind of, shout out to Joe, but I don't like to. I'm not saying that to kiss his ass. I'm saying it because I'm taking off of his show a little bit of what he said. So I don't want to be quoted as like taking it as my own. But another thing that he kind of pointed out is in that Revival album that he put out, it was a bunch of what they had. What did he say? 4 white girls on there. I mean, who? Why do we need Pink, or was it Katy Perry or whatever? Why do you need them on them albums? It's because somebody's in his ear telling them that this is what's hot. This is what the kids want to hear now. He's not doing. He's not even. I mean, I'm not even gonna say hip hop. He's not doing even the old Eminem shit. That whole Revival album is some pop sounding shit with Beyonce on one and was it Katy Perry or whatever, Pink on another one, and all the shit is whack. And then that's because he's trying his hardest to be what you said earlier, relevant. He's trying to be what's now. So he got such a hard time on that album. Everybody, basically gave it the finger. That's why he came back hard on Kamikaze.
Right, because I think at the time with Revival, it was that thing where you trended. The trending
The
back
trend
then
was popping.
was where you got to put an R&B
It was pop.
singer,
The pop
right.
shit. Yeah.
the R&B singer, or I mean, you can't go wrong. You put Beyonce on there, but at the same
Oh
time,
yeah, you
it
can
ain't
because
good.
he did it with
Yeah.
that. It was whack. That Beyonce.
Yeah,
song
because you know
was
why?
whack.
Because it's unexpected. It's like I don't expect Eminem to have a singer.
Well, you
except
expect
for,
him. You expect him to be lyrically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I expect him to be lyrical.
You don't expect him to hear like
Right.
little parts in between an R&B
Right.
singer.
So he did that trending part where they put an R&B or some pop person in there to get it out to the masses, I guess. I don't know, but with this one, it's straight. I wouldn't say he went back to the lab with it.
He went back to the lab, but he went back to the Eminem lab.
Yes.
So it's very Eminem, and we'll get to that in a minute. Just to get back to what you were saying, though, Kev. Just to get back to full circle, is I kind of do think that he needed to do it if he wanted to be relevant, because at that time he wasn't relevant.
He did trend that day, too, when he did that lines for Trump.
Oh,
Because
I believe
everybody
he
was
trended.
talking about it.
I believe he
I got a
trended.
question for you,
Yeah.
Kev.
Yeah.
Do you think? I mean, for you too, Tone. If you want to chip in, do you think that if he doesn't do the cipher, and he doesn't do the Donald Trump diss in the caring about the kids getting shot, and he doesn't do the cipher, and he just puts out another song, just puts out a single, do you think that single gets like you said was trending? Do you think it trends, and do you think that single becomes something big that everybody's talking about? Think about it, because he's put out a few songs since, and we know it. It ain't hit none of our radars.
The hard part is when a new sound comes along, and during that time it was a new sound coming along, and we're all victims of that sound. His sound, I think you said it earlier. He's on his way out. Not lyrically, because anytime you're a good MC and you can spit, that's it. But his music is something I mentioned earlier. Never appealed to me. So his sound kind of went out. I'm not gonna say Eminem is gimmicky, but you look at songs like "Stan" and the song. What's the song with him and Dre in the fire and the house and burning down the house, and
It's always got that mad
It's always got that
scientist,
kinda
like
mad
scientist
yeah,
kind of music.
there you
Dun,
go.
dun, dun, dun,
So,
dun. It's got
yeah,
that
so-
shit in the back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
that
Dre's
gimmicky
production.
stuff is out. You know what I mean? So I guess you're right. He probably wouldn't have trended. So I would probably say no, he wouldn't have trended. But
I think that with that
his
sound,
lyrical content, he has something to say all the time.
I think with that sound, I'm sure as an artist, and I'm not an artist, so I'm just speaking, I'm just guessing. But I'm thinking that as an artist, you're never satisfied. But I think as a fan that, you were big doing, if you want to call it a gimmicky sound or whatever, you were big doing that sound.
Yeah.
And you became one of the biggest. I think that you could have went away into the sunset with that sound, and then every once in a while, when we want to hear an Eminem tribute or something, bring back that sound, and that's Eminem. I mean, I'm not saying the new stuff. I'm saying doing the old stuff over again.
Yeah.
And it's become that artist that was big then, and become an artist that when they want to bring you up, then you play you do your style. I don't think that Eminem needed to change. He is who he is.
Yeah.
And he should have stated that. There's few rappers, and the only one I can really think of, I'm gonna say two right now. Drake is one that's able, and right now it's easy for Drake to change his style because he is a trendsetter. So basically, he's setting the style. When he does certain things, all of a sudden that's hot. That's what's doing it.
Yeah, when you're number one,
Yeah,
everybody else follows.
Yeah. Well, you got to know how to do it though, because some people become number one and try to do some shit and it's not hot.
He did a good job.
Drake,
man.
but Drake has
stayed
done.
around for a
Drake has
while.
done a good job, whether you hate him or not.
He's
Yeah.
got to. He just has to stick with the program he's in right now, and he'll be okay for a long time.
You got to give him a lot of credit. One, he does that crossover singing rap thing.
Which you might not be a fan. Yeah, but you might not be a fan of, but it works.
It
Like you
works.
said,
Hey, to be honest
people
with
love
you,
it.
Nelly could probably jump on some tracks with that
Hell
crossover
no.
singing.
Hell
hey, man,
to
you
the
might
no.
You might not like it. You might not like it. But Nelly might get on there
man,
and
please.
do that funny. I don't know what it is with that little singing.
Wait a minute, he
got
did it,
lucky.
and
He
it
got
just,
lucky.
but he faded on out. Nelly faded out.
He got lucky. He got lucky with that country stuff.
Come on, bro. Nelly
I don't know about the
ain't-
country stuff, but Nelly has some.
No.
some
How did you
singing
compare
songs.
Nelly to Drake, bro?
I'm not comparing them to Drake. No, I'm not comparing them.
You said
to
he
Drake.
could do it.
I think he could do it though. I think
You're
Nelly.
crazy.
I think Nelly could get on there with that kind of singing style he has. It's that.
First of all, Nelly lyrically can't fuck with Drake at all. The reason why Drake,
I don't think so either.
The reason why Drake,
Come on, man.
the reason why Drake is
I don't even know why we're talking.
I know. The reason why Drake is as successful as he is, I mean, part of it is because when he raps, the shit is nice.
He got some clever lines.
The shit is
Yeah, he
nice.
got some
Whether he's,
clever lines.
people say he's not writing it or not, whatever. Who cares?
I don't know who writing, but the shit
Who
sound
cares?
good.
The shit sounds cool. He
Yeah.
got some nice
It sounds
lines,
good.
and he raps very nice.
Yeah,
When he sings, it's not my style,
but it works.
but there's a lot of people who would tell us that
They'll
it
tell you
sounds
different.
cool. And
Yeah.
like I say, Kiki, do you love?
on.
That's
I was
it.
loving that. So
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that it works. Nelly, that nigga ain't never said nothing that I've said like, ooh, bars. That nigga
No.
ain't
Maybe
never
not
spit
bars.
bars.
No,
Maybe not.
but I
bars.
tell you what.
He
What I
ain't
did
never
say
said
was,
nothing.
Maybe not.
oh
bars.
shit, that's my jam right there.
I
Which
heard
one?
you did.
Which one?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't it.
Hot and Her.
Man,
when
Hot
that
and
came
Here.
on,
Hey,
you trying to tell me you ain't
Hot and Here,
dance?
Man, you know.
You did
Hot
not
and Here
dance.
I
was
hate
the-
it.
Hot and Here
Yeah,
was the bump.
Hot and Here was, but yeah. You said yeah.
You
That's
like
whack.
yeah?
That was whack.
Oh, you tripping, dog.
That was
Yeah,
whack,
shit.
bro.
Hot and Her, boy, that was my jam. I need to go out on the
Yeah.
dance floor.
Hot and we gotta say in her. It's hot in here, nigga. Here.
That
I
nigga.
said-
H-E-R-E.
Like
Anyway.
Ben Hur.
Yeah, but
that shit
anyway.
was- That shit
Get
was
back to
Country
Eminem.
Grammar was hitting
Yeah,
too.
but-
Country Grammar was hitting too. I
So-
so, what you say? That shit was bumping.
Well, to bring it back to Eminem,
Well, real quick, before you go back to that
Go ahead.
though, we was talking about another rapper that I think that did it well. When you said
Who was it?
just to get it, I think that LL Cool J made a switch over because he came first as straight hip hop,
Yeah.
and then at the end of his career, it was that kind of like sexy. I mean, that sexy LL that everybody was loving when he was like, because
he
Because he had a bunch of-
He always had something there though.
yeah, he did something for the ladies
I
all
Need,
the
I
time.
Need Love was already.
did something.
yeah, but I Need Love was as elementary.
That was
as you
his
can get,
first,
but
right.
when you
That
get to
still
the
was
others,
good.
when you get to the end stuff, that shit's sexy, bro. When he's talking about that shit, who's that song he sing with the girl?
Who do you love?
Yeah, doing it and doing it
Yeah,
and
that's a
doing
good
it.
one.
Yeah.
That was a good
And
one.
then Who Do You Love with Total?
Yeah, that shit give me a
That was
woody.
from the girl. That was,
You for sure.
if you ain't fucked to
shit
that, I
was-
don't know.
That
what
was
you
a- that was a good
I'm
one.
getting hard just thinking about it.
Yeah. Down, doing it.
That was the
doing it.
jam.
But he did it well.
I ain't going.
And
He did
you know
it.
what?
Yeah,
And,
he did it.
and another person in that same boat a little bit kind of took it like that was Heavy D.
Oh, Heavy D. was
Heavy
off the
D,
hook.
he blended in.
Waterman
Hey, he
Head
rest
was
in
the man.
peace.
I don't give
Heavy
a
D,
Man,
Heavy
he
D
rest
did
in
that
peace, man.
where he was
God
hip
damn
hop,
it.
Yeah.
and then he moved into
Well,
that
he had
R
Teddy
and B
Riley,
kind
though.
of.
That's not
Yeah,
even fair when you
but
get
at
Teddy
the same
Riley.
time, he kept it consistent throughout his albums, even
Yeah.
in his first album.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
Don't You Know? He did that one.
Yeah.
He came out with, or was it Mr. Big Stuff? He came out with that.
Ooh, that was
but then he
crazy.
always has something for the ladies. Like,
The
don't you know?
But then
It
by
was
the
slow.
end, but by the end,
House.
his shit was almost like an R&B album.
Yeah,
But with
yeah.
him rapping on it, but
Yeah.
it was mellow
Yeah.
and cool, and
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. He did it well.
I'll be
Where
sleeping on
other
that.
people,
What's old boy
where
name from
other
the Fat
people
Boys
try
did
to
a cool
switch.
album like that too.
Who?
The boy from the Fat Boys.
Oh, Prince Marky D.
Prince Marky.
Oh,
D.
yeah,
He did do that.
Cool
He
ass
did.
album
He did
like
do that.
He
Yeah.
did.
So,
He had this one hit.
But what else I'm saying, some artists are able to I'm not gonna give them a whole bunch of switches, but they're able to do maybe one switch up in there,
Yeah.
and they do okay. A lot of artists can't do that.
Well, I guess
Can't
what I
work
wanted
with
from Eminem is the same thing I got from. Remember when Kanye did the track with KRS-One and Rakim? What's
No.
that track called?
oh yeah, that Kanye did that.
Kanye. That's Kanye.
With KRS what?
KRS-One and Rakim.
Yeah, you know that song, man. I got it on my phone.
Yeah, that's a nice beat. I forgot what it's. It's something about the shoes, isn't it?
Nah,
It's not about shoes.
no,
Number
No.
one, something like that.
Oh, the Air Force Ones?
no.
Nah, it's something.
You know what? Go on.
Go on about it. But anyway, that's what I want from him. I want him to come back every once in a while when there's a song, when the beat's old, it's got that old flavor for it, and he just murdered the beat. Like, yeah, they just came in and just murdered it.
But did he ever do that?
Yeah.
Did he ever do that though?
Nah, I'm just saying that would be
That's what
nice.
I'm saying.
for
You're
him.
expecting
Because, like, when
him
he
to
did,
do something he ain't never did though.
But like when he did the Biggie album, right? He got on there and murdered the track for Biggie.
Oh, yeah, he did do a thing on that.
Is it Dead Wrong?
I'm not. I
Did he
can't
get on
remember,
there
but I know
and
I know
murders
Eminem-
Dead Wrong?
And that's I hate, but see that's the thing, because Eminem is a hip hop head.
Yeah.
That's where he came from. That's where he came out of. Like he's hardcore hip hop head. So for me, thinking that he's gonna come out with this, I think he probably thinks people need real hip hop.
That wasn't when KRS-One and
Was it
Rakim
the
did a song.
classic?
That was what Premier.
Classic. That's what it's called.
Yeah, that was
Classic.
what DJ Premier.
That's
That wasn't.
Kanye. Kanye's in there.
No, that was
Yeah.
Premier.
No,
But
that's
Kanye,
DJ
Kanye was on there, but Premier did it.
Oh
You could
yeah,
always
DJ
tell.
Premier did that though.
It is?
Premier
Yeah.
produced it, but
Oh.
Kanye was on there. I remember
Damn, that's one
classics.
of those ones I want to pause on.
Yeah, it's classics.
That's
or
one of those I
something
want
like
to pause on because I remember Rakim says a line about Khan. You know. So
It even sound like DJ Premier.
Come
It
on.
sounds like him. You gonna tell?
that. That's Preem right there.
it sounds like him.
And now for my next number,
Yeah, that's Preem.
I'd like to return to the classic.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Nas is on there.
Nas is on there. I think Nas rhymes first.
So you're saying that
my
KRS
joint.
did that? That's
That's my
DJ
joint.
Premier.
That's a jam right there though.
Hang on.
Body's a killer, wild, we bugging out. Just 86 showing the crowd what I'm about. And they still wanna know when the album coming out. Active teenagers, OGs, and nasty kids. What the definition of classic is.
Yeah, I don't even know if that comes across good. You might have to edit that out.
Yeah, that's
Who knows?
that's kind of bad. We all have all that nice, expensive shit. All of a sudden, it's coming from the phone.
That's coming from the phone. Excuse my audio.
Ain't nothing wrong
So
with it.
so check it
my
out.
whole thought about that is that
Did you?
him-
We
him
never
doing
got back
something
to you.
like that.
Did you remember what you was gonna say?
No, I was just saying that I think he probably came out with him because he feels like since he's a hip hop head,
Yeah.
and even for me, I think real hip hop is. I think hip hop is pretty much gone with all this new shit. Cause I'm a hip hop head. I like the old.
So you're
style
not calling
hip-hop
this
head.
new stuff ain't hip hop.
I think he wants to come out with the real hip hop.
Eminem.
Yeah, that's why he came out with this. He's a hip hop head. He came
Yeah.
out, as you can tell,
And
with this
lyrically,
new album is
he's hip hop.
lyrically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
lyrically,
there is
He's hip hop.
there is no old Slim Shady, Dr. Dre, Stan thing. It's him and coming out raw.
Yeah.
I feel like he thinks that this is what the culture needs right now.
Do you think that he see now? Okay, I think that I agree with you to a point, but I do think that this has nothing to do with. I don't think he's thinking about this is what we need right now is real hip hop. I think his feelings are hurt, and everybody who dissed the last album, everybody who had something to say about the Trump whatever thing he was doing. I think it's just him letting the world know that he still got it. This is him saying for all them naysayers, for all them people who were saying that Eminem he's through, he's washed up, he's done. Yeah, this is him letting them know, which brings me to something. So, first of all, I want to speak on Eminem's formula. It's an Eminem heavy show.
Oof.
So, Eminem's formula is, this is what I think it is from day one, is he talks shit about, he talks shit about folks. It's beef. But his formula's always been real light in it. You know what I'm saying? Does he really want real smoke? Does he want real beef? Because the people he goes after, think about it, Mariah Carey, Fred Durst, Limp Bizkit. Remember, it was always sit me next to Britney Spears, and it was always all these people.
Yeah.
And even now, even though he did say Charlemagne, he did say Joe Budden, he did say
Lord Jamal.
Yeah, Lord Jamal. He's still real heavy with the Machine Gun Kelly, the G-Eazy. He's still got those.
Yeah,
the white rappers,
Oh, yeah.
the white entertainment. You
What
remember
is
these boys? Because back in the day it was
Little Yachty,
yeah.
Little Pump, and Little whatever.
It's like, do he really want the real
But
funk?
he does a real good diss of what's them dudes named Migos. He done damn near a whole song with the Migos.
No, but he's not. He doesn't diss the Amigos.
Wait a minute, that song that he's rapping like is Migos.
Kevin.
There's a beat,
Yeah,
but
because it's a beat that he's just using.
he's making fun of
and he's making
overall.
fun of the overall. He's not
Yeah.
dissing the Amigos. You have to listen to the words. See,
I listened to the words,
No,
but
you just heard it for the first time.
I listened to the words. That's what I'm saying. I
So
listened to it.
so he didn't say shit about the Amigos.
The whole style is Migos.
But if you listen to the words,
There's a bunch of Migos.
he's talking about he doesn't mention nothing about the Amigos.
if you okay, let me make sure I get this right. I want to make sure I'm not tripping.
It's the
if
mumble
you
rap.
rap the mumble rap, that's what I'm saying. And
The Amigos don't do mumble rap.
If you rap the mumble rap and you use their beat and you rap it in their style, you are basically saying this is what I think is garbage.
The Amigos aren't mumble rap. First of all,
Man, I listen to Migos. Migos
They're
the
not
same
mumble
dude.
rap.
Migos the same dudes talking about getting a cheeseburger and
That's not
getting
mumble, though.
ketchup and all
the
that.
thing about it is what he did. What he did was he used their beat, and what he did was he used their beat. And plenty of times we've heard MCs use somebody else's beat. And what he did was he just said he used their style, and he's going, hot tops, flat tops, and he's saying different words that don't mean nothing. And then he's saying that in that song, he names the people he's talking about. We don't have nothing in common. We ain't got nothing in common. He's not saying nothing about the Amigos. Truthfully, I want to say that the Amigos got something to do with they produced that song or some shit.
I hope not.
I'd laugh my ass off.
I heard that because it sounds. I guess I got that one wrong.
You got to listen to it.
I doubt that I got that one wrong. I'm pretty sure we're going to have to chime in there. I'm pretty sure.
The other reason why, go ahead, Tom.
I like when you first put it on, he's just splurring a bunch of words. He's just saying a bunch of words like most of, I'm sorry to say, like the rappers do now, where it's just words. You're not. It's words, but you're not saying that. That's what he's trying to tell you. Where it's his style. He's saying something that means something. These other cats are talking about, I don't know what they're talking about because I don't listen to them. I don't even give these newer cats a chance, but I could tell that I'm not going to like it. But that's what he's saying. He's saying that you guys are just saying a bunch of words that don't mean nothing.
Yeah, and so another reason why, because I'm not going to lie, when I first heard it, it made me listen to it. That song he's talking about made me listen to it about, like, is he talking about the Amigos, right? But when the list came out, because it's been all over the media when they named everybody that he's mentioned. They're missing from the list. They're not on that list. So it made me go back and listen to it again. When I listen to it again, I see that it's not there. It's more about like you say, the Little Yachty's and and even he even says that he's no diss to Little Yachty. He said he's just not my style.
Yeah, and Yachty
It's just
says,
not my thing.
I
It's
still
not my
fucks with
thing.
him. Even if he mentioned me, I still fucks with him.
But that song, he's very on point about who he's talking about in that song. So
Yeah.
go back to I know what you want to bring up real quick. Go ahead. You did
No.
a fact check real quick.
No.
You found something we was wrong on. Go
No,
ahead.
we ain't wrong. You were
I think
right.
about
DJ Premier and Rick Rubin produced
oh.
Classic.
Classic.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought
But
because it
Kanye
made
West,
me
Kanye West and KRS-One and Rakim
not-
do the rap.
Yeah, they rapped
Yeah,
him.
so
Yeah.
it made me think about it
For Nike,
because
though.
when we was listening to it,
Yeah,
when I heard something in there that had Kanye saying something,
yeah.
and I was like, it sounded like Kanye, and I was like, well, maybe he did produce.
Nah,
this
because
motherfucker.
Rakim says the line about Khan.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why we always thought he did it. But it was
Oh, no.
they did it for Nike.
So real quick,
They did it for Nike.
real
That's
quick
what
to
they
get
did.
past that, his formula has always been going at. I feel like going picking the weak person to go against.
You said white rappers earlier.
Because I mean, it's not just I don't want to narrow it down to white rappers. I mean, white entertainers. You know, he was going. I mean, he went at Superman for God's sake. He went with Christopher Reeves. Remember when he's talking about Christopher Reeves forever with no legs and shit.
He's going there,
He's talking
whatever.
all that shit. But what I'm saying is, I've never seen him. I mean, put that same energy, but replace Christopher Reeves with Denzel Washington. Take out Britney Spears, put in Kelly Rowland. Take out something. I dare you. I dare you to do it. Do you really want smoke? Like, think of people ain't. I don't know if he wants like.
He said
Mich-
Lord Jamal.
Yeah, Lord Jamal, come on, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Joe Budden gonna tear my ass. I really do. Lyrically, Joe Budden is nice.
Joe Budden's a little upset.
Yeah, he real upset. So I mean, I like to see him. I would love to see him say that same shit against somebody's really gonna come back at him.
I don't know, MGK, Machine Gun Kelly.
Machine
he
Gun Kelly
responded.
lit him up.
Yeah.
He lit him up.
To tell you the truth, I'm not a fan of MGK.
No, he lyrically is
Yeah.
nice.
I'm not a fan of MGK, but I heard him
That motherfucker is
freestyle.
nice.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
nice.
he's
He got-
nice. I'm not
He
a
probably
fan,
got
but
the
he's
tightest
nice.
freestyle I heard. One of them. He
Yeah,
up
he
there.
responded. Fuck you. You see, but
Call
that's
him
the thing.
an old bitter man. He said he tired of
Eminem,
old tracksuits. and-
Eminem is an
and- yeah.
old head. Or Eminem is an old head. That's what he is now.
You know, I think if you're gifted, though, if you're gifted and you can spit, you can spit. Simple as that. I still would pay to go see KRS-One. I still would pay to go see Rakim. I mean, so Eminem lyrically, I still would pay to see Eminem lyrically.
Wait.
Music wise, I don't. Think,
Why would you-
I
hang on.
don't think that they're.
I'm not gonna
I think
You
the
would
time
pay.
is past.
Hang on,
I think the time is past.
Kev. You would pay to see
They're
him
old
lyric.
songs, yeah, lyrically.
But you don't like him. You don't like his songs though.
I like old shit. I don't like anything he's came out in the last 2 albums. I really don't like.
You know what?
I'm
gonna be real with you.
I'm not an Eminem
feel
fan,
you.
bro.
No, listen.
Music.
I don't know if
I
go
feel what
see
you're
Slim
saying, his music wise.
Yeah,
I like
music.
Eminem lyrically too, and I like some of his songs. But I wouldn't pay to see an Eminem show. Now I would pay to see if it was Eminem. If it was what's his name from 8 Mile.
Rabbit.
If it was Rabbit up there on stage, like freestyling,
Oh,
if he was rapping like that, battling, man, I'd pay in a minute to see Eminem battle.
But Kai Pfeiffer gonna be there too.
No, fuck Makai. If he was up there like battling against folks, like in a freestyle battle,
I
you know
just
they be
seen Makai
they be
Pfeiffer.
doing those battles.
I just
Tone,
seen him too.
you know they be doing those battles and freestyle battles we be looking at online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Eminem was one of the contestants in that,
Yeah.
I'd pay for that. But
I'm
to see him do, you know,
Man, you put Rakim, Eminem, and KRS-One. I'm there.
what the fuck will Rakim and KRS-One be with Eminem for?
I'm selling the concert. The
That
show.
concert, that's a whole two different crowds.
Hey man, it might not be.
They're gonna be some old
So
heads.
you think the same motherfuckers is coming to see KRS-One are coming to see Eminem?
I'm not saying that. I'm
gonna be
saying
some-
my daughter just went and seen your boy
J. Cole?
J. Cole.
So my daughter
right?
did too.
And Jaden Smith was with him. So I
Jaden
ain't gonna
Smith,
say
young.
Jaden
nothing.
Smith is popping right
I ain't
now.
gonna say nothing.
What are you talking about? They in the same. They just stay in the same running group. Jaden Smith.
Man. them
have
youngins.
Have you heard Jaden Smith's music?
Yes,
Have you
I've heard his last
I
one with
heard
Will
Icon.
Smith. That
I like
motherfucker
Icon.
ain't no joke.
Icon ain't no joke. I don't care what color his hair is.
I heard it, and I don't particularly think so.
You don't like Icon?
No.
Ooh,
I think
that
it's
shit's
all right.
fire. I think so. And I'm an old head too.
First
think
of all,
it's alright.
the same people that's the same people who's listening to J. Cole is listening to him.
Yeah, they're about the same.
They're about the same age group and same
They
thing
are.
doing.
They are the same age.
But
group.
I don't think that the same people. I think there's very few of us that, and I might consider it, but the people who listening to Rakim and
Yeah.
you know what? But the thing about it is Eminem's group. Think about it. Is that it's a different group because you remember they had the same issue when Eminem was on tour with Dre and all them
yeah,
because
Draymond
because
older, of course.
but it's not so much Dre, it was Snoop and the rest of everybody else. That group
Was
was
older.
way different than Eminem's group.
Yeah,
So that group, it ain't older.
Eminem's
They're just a different group.
He's an early 2000 group.
He's the first skateboarder group before the real
Yeah.
skateboarders start
Snoop
rapping.
is a 96 after Biggie. Well, a little before Biggie too.
No, but but Snoop is also gangster rap.
Gangster rap. Yeah.
So
yeah.
gangster rap ain't Eminem.
Snoop's there. Snoop's there
All
with
they
Biggie
did
and all
was
them.
get a bunch of black and white folks together and smoke.
But
weed.
I'm
That's
saying,
what they
I'm
did.
not,
They
man.
all the
I'm telling
potheads
you.
together.
I think for me, I think the M can open the show. Rakim, them can go next.
You out your mind,
then,
bruh.
Kara
How
Swan
the
in
fuck
it.
is Rakim
you know
gonna?
what?
How is Eminem gonna open up for Rakim when Eminem is the one who's gonna pack a stadium?
That's
I
like
said
over
for
a
me.
15-year
I said for me.
Oh, okay,
I said
for you, for you.
I said for me. Eminem
about
can
to
go
say.
first.
It's gonna be a 15-year range.
Look, Eminem can go first. Then I want to see
That show don't make
Eric
no
B. and
sense.
Rakim.
That
Then
show don't make
I'm ready
no
to see
sense.
Kara Swan.
You know what? Your promotion
That's a-
license is taken.
That's almost
Take that motherfucker.
that's almost like a 15 to 20-year
But-
difference.
I'm gonna tell you. Ain't
Ain't nobody coming to
There's
that
probably
show.
gonna be another 4 acts with that motherfucker.
If you talking about some old head
Yeah.
concert, then I'll go. But Eminem can't be in it.
Yeah,
Oh,
Eminem's
Eminem
different.
ain't that
hey,
of an
Eminem
old
could be-
head.
he ain't
Don't be
that old head, but he
disrespectful.
could be good.
Don't be disrespectful. Eminem's gonna pack stadiums.
He could.
sure.
And-
yeah, people love him.
So,
but he
just-
ain't gonna be my headliner.
but don't be disrespectful. He ain't opening for Rakim.
He is not gonna be my
Rakim's
headliner.
not packing stadiums.
No, he's not. opening
Rakim's
my
over it.
Be at the
I mean,
club.
he's here in Sacramento
He at the
at
club.
the Torch Club that holds 50 people.
But I'm not an Eminem fan. So see, that's the difference.
Okay, but I mean,
Oh,
I
you
don't wanna
need
see-
you
that's
so
need
what I'm saying
to
in your
get you
world,
there.
in your world. So
In my
make sure
world.
you make it clear you're talking
My
about
world.
your show.
In my world.
Yeah,
Because I
That's
mean,
not
I
gonna
think
happen in
Eminem
real
is
life.
a great lyricist. I don't know where I put him in the
This-
MCs. I never put him in there. I don't know. If I put
let
him
me
on
let me
this or not.
ask this real
I don't
quick,
know
and
where
then
I
we
put
get off Eminem because we've been on him forever.
Please.
Real quick, so he admitted on one of the songs for the first time that he bodied Jay-Z on Renegade. Remember, now Nas put the line out there. Remember that he says
Yep.
you got murdered on your own shit or whatever, and we all agree. I mean, well, I ain't gonna say everybody. I agree. I enjoyed Eminem's line, Eminem's part better than I did Jay-Z's.
Hold on a second. Nas talked about the fact that Eminem bodied Jay-Z. I remember that. I remember that.
Okay.
I
I'm
just want
about
to
to
make
say,
sure I
I
remember.
think I thought you was questioning.
No,
it.
I'm not questioning.
He
that.
didn't
I'm-
talk about it. He rapped it in the
He
song.
rapped in his line.
Yeah.
But Nas got bodied by his own bodyguard in Uchi Wally.
Who's that?
That's not the point. That's not what we're talking about.
I know that, so Nas shouldn't say shit. Let's go on
What are you
back to the
talking about?
point.
This is back when they were doing Ether and whatchamacallit.
Don't you remember that the bodyguard went off with a
Yeah,
fat
but
line
that's- but
on
that's-
Uchi Wally and fucked Nas?
What was that? That was on.
So he shouldn't be talking about that shit. Let that shit go. Now go
Yeah,
ahead.
which
and say
one it was in.
So
I forgot which
Eminem
one it
admits
was in.
that he got Jay on the verse.
Eminem,
I think everybody pretty much.
yeah, but
knew that he got
but
him
like,
on
but you know, once again, I heard it on the Joe Budden show, so he pointed it out. But what I'm saying is that it does beg that you gotta wonder why. I think they said that song came out in like 2011, 29, something like that.
Yeah, I thought it was a little older than that. 29.
So yeah, so
probably.
it's way back.
Yeah.
Because I think it's something like 16 years
Yeah.
since that assault.
And he
He
killed
ain't
it.
never said nothing about it. Well, all of a sudden now, you admitting,
Well, you bringing it up. You said the relevant thing. He's trying to get himself back in.
but you body Jay. Why would you go at Jay-Z? He ain't never ever went at Jay-Z.
Well, Jay's. You on this show said that.
Wait a minute,
that
don't just
Beyonce-
make up an answer.
I'm
If you
not
have
making
an
up
answer, have
I got an
it
answer
said.
for you. Don't tell me
No,
I'm making up
hang
an
on,
answer
hang
when
on.
I'm not
No,
making up an answer.
I didn't say.
You said
Kev,
on this
Kev,
show that
Kev,
you
listen,
felt that.
listen. I didn't say you're making up an answer.
Okay.
So don't get all mad
I'm
because I
give
said
you
that.
an answer.
I
I'm
said,
give you an answer.
I said, don't make up an answer if you don't have the
I
answer.
have an
So
answer.
you know why he went at Jay-Z.
No, I don't know why he went to JT, but this is what I believe. Jay-Z. This is what I believe.
Your theory.
I
Okay,
believe
thank you.
that Jay is going on his way out. Even you stated on this show that
What'd you
Beyonce got Jay on the Rapping on the Carter album.
Yeah, I said
Remember that?
I said that in jest though.
Yeah, but you really thought that
I did enjoy- I
enjoyed her a little bit more than I,
I
enjoyed Jay.
her, but I mean, but lyrically, really,
Right.
yeah,
But you did
it's
enjoy
not real.
Beyonce more than you enjoyed Jay on that particular
It
track.
was just kind of unexpected, so you
Right,
kind of like
right,
enjoyed it a little more.
So I think he's probably
show,
thinking
man.
Jay is going out.
Wait a minute, listen. Tone just said what kind of show is he on? Did you listen to the album?
Jay's, yeah. What, the Carter?
Yeah,
Of course I did.
you didn't like Beyonce's part in this? Because truthfully, I listened to Jay, and Jay didn't say nothing that nice.
To be honest with you,
I mean, be real, y'all.
It
know
was
you
a
the
Beyonce
Jay.
album.
He the Jay.
Be honest,
He
be
the
honest.
Jay head. He the
Be
Jay
honest,
head.
Jay
You know
is
he
not
love
in
Jay.
his way out.
Jay-
But at the same time,
Jay lyrically could come back and kill it
Jay
anytime
is
he
not in
wants
his
to.
way out.
Good.
But I don't think he put any
But
time into that
it's
album.
It's a Beyonce album.
You think it's the
featuring,
Beyonce album?
It's the
yeah.
Beyonce album.
It's a Beyonce album featuring Jay.
I think so too.
You
know what? I agree.
I ain't gonna front.
Maybe Jay was like, "Go and make this album. Let's get this money." Let's go on."
Summertime's
So-
summertime's my shit.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is back to you because you didn't get your whole answer out. I just was wondering, just like they put on the show I was listening to today, why all of a sudden because people been saying this for years and you ain't never had an opinion on it. Matter of fact, you've stayed quiet about it. People ask you about it and you shy away from it. Why all of a sudden now in your raps, in one of your rap things, you admit it, like I bodied him in his own song.
I tell you, I think he thinks Jay's like hanging it up.
You think that?
I don't think Jay's hanging up.
No,
shit.
no, no.
I
You think that
I
he
think
thinks
Eminem
that.
might think that Jay's
I don't
hanging it
think
up.
that.
Nah.
I don't think that. I don't think he thinks that Jay's selling millions of albums. He just put out an album that's been
touring.
they touring and selling out every. He don't
On the
think
run.
that.
I don't- I-
There's
I
no
don't-
way in
I
the
don't
world
think-
he
I don't
thinks
think
that.
that Eminem's thinking Jay's is a business. And he is a business, you know. But I'm just saying, he's like Jay's making money now. He's not into battling rappers. Jay is probably knocking him.
But what does that
spawn.
got to do with all of a sudden now?
So if I go ahead
saying
and
it?
say something, Jay ain't gonna come back and say nothing about it.
But think about it. You're damaging your relationship with Jay.
Does he have a relationship with Jay? A lot of people say
I'm sure
Jay.
they do. They're both
A lot of people
moguls.
say Jay don't have.
They both
relationships.
moguls.
Jay has business.
But whatever relationship
gonna
they
have
have,
Do you believe that about Jay?
Jay ain't gonna have you on.
Do you
his
believe
album
that
if he
Jay
don't
has
like you.
business, not relationships?
I'm sure he does. But I'm sure he has a relationship with Eminem.
But every time you put an album, it's a business.
Yeah, but you know the difference is like if I call up Eric, say, man, I need a favor, blah blah blah, and Eric.
I don't
come
think
over
they
and do the
tight.
favor.
Like no, they're not tight.
Yeah. I think Jay's like, this is business.
You ain't
I want
Tata.
this, that's it.
I don't think-
TT, whoever the hell it is.
Ta-ta, nigga.
TT,
Nigga said
Tata,
TT.
whoever the fuck he is.
TT.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, nigga, I ain't trying to be that close to
Tata.
Jay.
I'm just saying. I'm
He
just
want to
saying.
do business, he can call me.
As
I'm just
Tata.
saying. You got to question. I got to question everything Eminem's about. And I started out
Yeah.
with. So just to sum it all up. I think Eminem's album is a good album to listen to.
I'm gonna have to
I
listen.
think. Let me finish. I think it's a great album to listen to, as far as me being about hip hop, listening to lyrics, listening to the tricks of the tongue pause, listening to how fast he can actually go, listening to how he can flip flop different, make things rhyme that I didn't even know was possible. I think it's a good album for that. As far as shit to the groove to, shit that you drive listening to, shit that I want to, that's that a different type of music. It's not that. Matter of fact, it's really not music for me. It's almost like it's spoken word. It's like a. It's more like it's just entertaining, but it's not. It doesn't put me in that warm, like, some music just puts you in that mood. Like, yeah, that's the groove. A bass line that's nice. It's not that. Right. It's just something that it's like watching. It's like watching TV, like watching the what you call that show, America's Most Talented, and you see somebody do something, that you can't believe for a little bit, and you watch it, and like you see all
talent.
Yeah, think about it. You see how many motherfuckers on America's Got Talent. You see, you're like, damn, that's crazy, that's amazing, and then you never see that motherfucker again.
No, he gets voted out and shit.
Yeah. And you don't. And it's not like you miss it. That's kind of what Eminem was on this album. He's something that's amazing to listen to. Okay, I've listened to it, and I've listened to it a few times because it's amazing. But now that it's over, it's over.
Yeah.
It's not like music like that hits you like Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg's, G thing. When that comes on, that's music. It doesn't do the same.
I could totally agree with you on that because, like I said, I don't got too many Eminem songs that I would put back in the tape deck.
Right.
I just don't have them.
I just hope it doesn't. It's not. He hasn't come down to that stage where he has to come out and diss these younger rappers and trying to come back out with real hip hop from what he knows hip hop is, which is fine. But I mean,
he can do it. It's just a place for that. And if he wants to do it, I'm all for it. I'm for him dissing the young rappers and doing it with old hip hop because I kind of wish more old school cats would do that. I would love to see Rakim come out and have an opinion about these young rappers, but do it in hip hop and do it. And it might not sell as far as for the young people, but for us, it'd be like, oh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Saying the same things that we've been saying when we turn on the radio. When we turn on the radio, how many times did me and Kevin sit in the car listening to the radio and we're like, man, what the fuck? The fuck did they just say?
Bullshit.
I don't know what the hell this is.
What's funny about that is that I don't know if I'm at the age where I purchase records. I don't know what it is because I mean,
you talking about online and stuff?
Yeah, it's just like there's a crowd of people who really purchase records, and it's not young kids. They stream everything. You know what I mean? They got their
who is purchasing records right now?
So it has to be somebody who's middle aged is purchasing records, right? So for me, I listen to the radio and I say, damn, I miss R&B, and I miss verbal lyrics, MCs with lyrics, I guess. I miss both of them. But I do listen to all the stuff that's playing right now. And like Eric said, man, Drake with the Kiki shit, I was all for that. I'm all in it. But I miss turning on the radio and hearing a good R&B group. They just not out there like they used to be. They're not there. So, and MC wise, I have no idea what the hell these Negroes are saying.
Tone, I know Tone been like he's an R&B nigga. He always listening to the
90s.
Yeah, he loves the R&B.
90s R&B. That's what you gotta listen to.
And that's a good leeway into the Bobby Brown shit. But I'm not gonna take it right now. Tone, you're probably the person I know that listens, I guess, the most to some of the mellow shit that's happening now. Do you like what they calling R&B now? Like, I don't even know half of these cats, but what their so-called R&B people are now, do you like it? Because I don't like it. I mean, I'm listening to some of it. I know some of it.
I'll give you some names.
Like Lloyd and...
Yeah, because it's like Neo, Chris
No. Those are the good ones. Neo's been around for a while, but not Neo.
You gotta listen to.
Now there's a whole new group. No, there's a whole new group now. There's a whole nother group they're calling R&B now. That Neo is old now.
Khalid. There's Khalid.
There's all these new cats.
LMA.
Yeah, there's
SZA.
Yeah, SZA.
What's the other dude's name?
But that's like Tory Lanez and all.
Tory
these
Lanez.
Yeah, that's who I'm talking about. That's who I'm talking about. People like that. How do you feel about that?
Do you feel that's R&B? Real like
it doesn't.
R&B?
It doesn't. Not the same R&B we listen to.
No, it's not the. It's Like LMA for sure. I like.
Well, yes,
'Cause
that song is
kickback.
nice.
That's a lounge.
That one track though. Come on, that one track.
We are.
I don't like that damn
Judging,
song,
man.
bro.
You don't like that?
You don't like Boot Up?
Man, come on, like that
You know that's
shit.
a remake,
Come on,
right?
boy.
It is?
Oh, yes, a remake.
Oh.
There's
Nicki
a dude.
Minaj?
There's
Oh, you're talking about T-Pain's remake.
no. That "Boo It Up" song, I can find it for you. Was made by this other dude first.
Yeah, I want to hear that.
Oh
don't
yeah,
know,
yeah,
but
I can find that for you.
I think
Boot up,
these new cats
boot
are
up.
using.
I hate that fucking
They
song.
usually use the beats for like it's like a hip hop beat, but they singing on it.
They sing, but they be singing some crazy shit though.
It's almost like they rapping, but they're singing
Yes.
at the same time.
And then sometimes it could be hella nasty, or
Hey,
what kills
nasty as
me,
fuck.
what kills me is how they be singing like beef with the other. They be singing about the other R&B
yeah.
cat that they don't like, and they be like they
You're
rap.
right. These motherfucking R&B motherfuckers.
I
are
don't know about
studs.
that,
They
yeah,
got
because
beef in this shit.
I'm thinking about Jodeci and them cats, and that's when R&B was.
I like it when they fought each other. These new cats got beef with this other R&B guy. Oh, I wrote for you. I produced for you.
Yeah, it's
They
crazy.
be beefing this shit, but yeah, I mean, the good thing about it is I can always go back to my 90s R&B, to my late 80s R&B. I can always kick back with that one,
And
man.
I'm
I
glad
don't have to listen to this shit.
And I'm glad you said that because that brings us to Bobby Brown's, what was it?
The Bobby Brown story.
The Bobby Brown story on the BET that I haven't seen yet. So I'm gonna let you guys speak on the first part. I'm gonna catch up with it, but so what happened in the first part? Or don't tell me what happened, but how was the first part? Put it like that.
Man, I think the first part was off the chart, man. It's kind of like a trip, man, because
Never hang out with Bobby?
I don't know. You don't say never hang out with Bobby.
I ain't never hanging out with Bobby.
I mean, you know, Bobby's roots showed itself. Yeah, it showed itself, and these are things I didn't know about Bobby. There was things that I thought, man, Bobby Brown, you probably know it all. He's a public figure. You've seen it all. What can they not tell us? There was a lot of things they told us that I didn't know Bobby was doing.
Man, I'm gonna take it as Bobby's version. And Bobby's version is you are the most hard-headedest motherfucker.
No doubt.
You sabotage your shit so fucking much that I was gonna throw something at the TV. I cannot believe how bad this motherfucker was. What the fuck are we doing over here?
My bad.
I couldn't believe how hard-headed this dude was, man. How hard-headed he was. I mean, he was cool and bad. I mean, he's not a big fan of Bobby's music.
I just don't like. Let me be real with you. I like. It's kind of, to me, the Bobby Brown thing is kind of like how I felt back in the day when we were kids about Michael Jackson and Prince. It's
Okay.
like you had to like one or the other. You couldn't like both, so you had to choose. I mean, secretly you could like a Prince song if you was a Michael Jackson fan, but it was always who was better. That was
Right.
always what everybody talked about. And when Bobby left New Edition, I just felt like fuck Bobby, because I was a big New Edition fan. I like New Edition. Maybe I was more a Ralph guy than I was, a Bobby guy. So
Let me ask you
So
a
I
question.
just-
now.
I just-
Keep your thought. I'm going to ask you a question.
yeah,
If tomorrow the podcast took off and we were big, Tone became the headliner.
mm-hmm,
I became the second,
mm-hmm,
and you became the third.
mm-hmm,
This is your show, though.
mm-hmm.
And people were giving Tone all the action, right? And you created it. This is what you created. Your thing. Would you be okay, or would you be thinking, damn, I created this damn thing. Why am I on the outs?
The answer to that question would be different than how I read. It's funny how you read the New Edition story and how I read it, because I read it totally different than that. I didn't read it as Bobby Brown was bigger than like he
No, I'm not
created
reading-
it and he was better than it
He
and all this
created
and that.
New Edition.
Even in the movie, I didn't see that.
No. Ralph was clearly better than Bobby as a lead singer. So
But
Ralph
it didn't
needs
seem
to
like
be the
Bobby.
lead singer.
Bobby is not the one who created it.
Bobby
Yeah,
had
he
too much of an
created-
ego.
Bobby
No,
was the
Bobby-
creator of New Edition. He
see-
put the group together.
It was Bobby saying, Bobby talking to his two other boys that said, let's let's do this, and they were basically was singing and doing the shit themselves.
That's how all things are created. Somebody
But what I'm
comes to
saying
somebody
is,
and says,
but what I'm
put this
saying
together.
is, there was no. What I'm saying, it wasn't like Bobby sitting down at a table, but like, I'm about to create a group. And
That's
then
usually not how it
hang
happens.
on. But what I'm saying is, okay, I'm gonna bring in this person. I'm gonna bring in that person, bring in it, and then everything blows up, and then you're not included. I felt like the group was started by Bobby. Who was the first people? Bobby,
Ralph,
and Ricky.
and Mike.
So the way I seen it was it wasn't anything before the three or
Okay.
the four.
So let me remind you of a part. Bobby goes on to a talent show by himself. Bobby is by himself. You remember that?
No.
Bobby does a talent show and he
Oh,
doesn't
yeah,
do
he-
a good job.
He stayed.
Oh yeah.
Bobby, Bobby,
Yeah.
and he
froze.
and he wants to
Yeah.
to get out there.
Okay,
and be
yeah,
there.
yeah, I
But
remember
Bobby
that.
was on his own already. Thinking
Okay.
I want to be an entertainer.
But
he
that's
brought
Bobby.
everybody in. He brought everybody in to be New
Okay,
Edition.
so that's Bobby,
how, I understand that, but I'm just saying.
But as New Edition, when they were New Edition, and Bobby, see, I'm not even putting into consideration how Bobby felt or if who was bigger and better.
Yeah.
I just feel like when New Edition was popping, and Bobby decided that he wanted to be Bobby Brown.
He really didn't decide that.
Well, whatever. When he decided to go single, when he decided to do his own thing,
Kicked his ass out. You don't remember that?
Yeah, they kicked him out.
They kicked him out. Bobby's fucking up.
Yeah, he was fucking up.
So,
They
but
kicked
what
him
I'm
out.
saying is when they separated, bruh.
Right.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is when they separated, I decided to take a side. And Bobby was never, I mean, even as a New Edition member, he was nowhere near my favorite. He was never one of my
Nope.
favorites.
No, mine either.
So when he left, it wasn't, now mind you, I loved My Prerogative when it came out. I bought the 12-inch.
yeah.
Pause. You didn't get a chance to say it. I saw a
homo.
nigga about to say it. Pause. I bought the 12-inch,
That was the joint.
and there's a few songs that that Bobby had that I listened to that I
Woo,
fucked
few,
with.
that's it?
Yeah, I didn't like all of Bobby's shit.
That was cold.
Tony will
ass
tell
out.
you, I'm not a
Yeah,
Bobby
I
fan.
play Bobby Brown. He'd be like, man,
I'd be like, man, you
shit,
playing
That's
that
a cold
bullshit.
ass out.
bullshit. Roni?
I don't like the everybody talked about how great he dances. Didn't think he was that great a dancer.
Only if he's choreographed. Because I was watching a bunch of their New Edition videos before the Bobby Brown thing.
I mean, but even every little step they take, every little step we take,
That was
whatever.
all choreographed, man.
That's
he
bullshit.
ain't doing all that shit. Man. So I seen them pop locking and shit.
Everybody talking about how
Shit was
nasty
broke.
man.
You know why? Because he was the bad boy and New Edition was clean.
Yeah.
And but like the story said, we can all agree that they were all executive producers on the New Edition story, and they all said he got kicked out. Now Bobby's version was he came home with his pack. When they said pack your bags, he came home with his bags packed, and he was just like, "Damn, I'm back at the projects again." That motherfucker.
Did he get kicked out though? I
He
mean,
got
you
kicked
skipped
out.
So okay.
He got kicked.
So what do you mean? So his story
They
was
kicked New
different.
Edition
So
out.
in
No,
his
he
story,
said his story, he
his
got
story,
kicked out.
he
Okay.
just starts when he's at home. That's what he's
Yeah.
coming
So
home.
hang on. So his story, he got kicked out.
His stories got kicked out.
And their story,
And
they kicked
out.
him out. Okay,
Yeah.
so
So we can all agree because they were all executive producers on
because
that.
first it sounded
Yeah,
like like his story. You were saying his story
Yeah.
was different.
No,
But,
but there's a lot of stuff that was like his on the Bobby Brown story. It was just like he just man, that boy was hard. I can see why he got kicked the fuck out.
You know what I thought was a trip though in the Bobby Brown story. The mom calls Busby, Gerald Busby. She calls him and says, "I want to talk to you. Can I get 5 minutes to talk to him about Bobby?" Right?
Yeah,
In the New Edition story, he just comes over the house. Remember?
yeah, that's probably more.
He came
in
over the
detail,
house.
Yeah,
So that was a trip, But the bottom line, the story about Bobby Brown and how wild he was and how he basically fucked himself was pretty interesting. The first part,
Oh,
and
well.
Whitney was definitely interesting to see Whitney.
no, that's his version.
yeah, that is his version of Whitney. But that's not the first
I
time
don't-
I've
I
heard
don't-
that
I don't
about
think her-
Whitney.
I don't think her family's
And
gonna be
if you
happy
saw,
about that.
if you ever saw, you have a chance to see Bobby and Whitney when they did their little TV show.
Yeah,
She was wild. I don't think Whitney was as innocent as she
But
played.
the Whitney story doesn't show her as wild.
Yeah,
as that,
they
though.
keep it. I'm pretty sure they keep her PG.
Oh no, there
because
was
she
a
hosts
bunch-
them.
It was.
There was some stuff
Bobby's
in
version.
there.
Yeah, Bobby's version is totally different
Oh,
from
yeah,
From
but-
Whitney's
what
version.
the family's
No
about to
joke.
say.
No joke about that. What you're saying, but when you watch that TV show with Bobby and Whitney, you saw how Whitney was acting. Everybody saw Whitney was like, "Damn, that's Whitney Houston acting like that."
That's because they were at that time. They were, doing that stuff. They're doing that stuff.
Yeah, what was the trip, Eric? They basically say that Whitney introduced Bobby
Yeah, I heard that.
to the coke. Whitney had
I
her
heard
own
that.
little coke habit.
Motherfucker Bobby walk in.
But that
and
doesn't
like
make
all the
sense
fries.
because on the Bobby Brown story,
that was the Bobby Brown story.
I mean, I'm sorry, on the
New
New
Edition
Edition story,
Yeah.
wasn't he bugging out before Whitney?
He was smoking weed left and right.
Wait a minute. When he was in that car, smoking, sniffing that shit,
When he, yeah.
Isn't
With
that
the girl.
before? Wouldn't that before? Yeah, wouldn't that
That was before
before
Whitney.
Whitney?
Yeah,
That
'cause
was
they didn't
before
even.
So
they didn't
in
even mention
that
Whitney.
story, he's doing it before Whitney.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I think he was already doing coke. That wasn't a problem with him doing coke. Not as heavy as she was doing it.
Oh.
I think that's what they were basically trying to
Yeah,
say.
because
that
I
she-
took it as like
she
he
was
came in
on it.
there
Yeah,
and he was like,
Yeah, she was like,
oh shit.
But Bobby had
I hear coke is a wonderful drug, though.
shit.
No, I hear it. It is. Though. I heard.
It's
I
expensive.
heard it was, bruh.
That's
Well,
expensive.
you gonna have to tell me how that worked.
I'm not gonna.
Let me know though.
I ain't gonna. I mean, you had to get me.
Woo!
That'd be how
I
to.
ain't doing none of that shit.
Hell no. I don't want to. My problem is I like money, and I want to be addicted to no shit I got to give my money up for. That shit's crazy as motherfucker.
Man, we sitting in a room right now full of
Your
a
addiction.
I know.
addiction.
But look,
that
check
you
this
put
out.
your money
Check this
into.
out, though. This addiction right here, we sitting in the room enjoying it, and maybe a possibility something might bubble. And I don't even care if it bubbles, 'cause I just enjoy doing what I do, right?
What about them 7 cars you got outside?
I enjoy those 7 cars.
We
That's for me.
ain't sitting.
That's for me. Right?
Can I get the
enjoy those
keys to
7
one of them
cars.
motherfuckers?
But
Can I
I
get
have
them?
one.
But check this shit out. To take my money and to take a lighter to it and just burn that motherfucker up.
No, you're not burning it up. Nigga, when you
Burning it
sniffing
up.
that shit, and you
Nigga,
get that
fuck
girl,
that.
and you get the girl to sniff
crack,
it too,
girl.
boy.
That's crack.
Ooh.
That white girl? Is that you talking about that white girl?
You put it on her back and you sniff it out the small of her back
Listen.
up to the crack of her ass.
Alcohol can do the same thing.
Listen.
No, it don't.
Bobby did a lot of
Well, I
fucking.
heard it don't. I don't know. I ain't never did cocaine, so I don't know.
Bobby did a lot of fucking on that damn TV show.
Ooh, when in the trailer, when he was doing a ghost, what's the song for?
That motherfucker, man.
What's the movie
Ghostbusters?
called? Ghostbusters, the
Man,
soundtrack.
that's one of the wackest songs he ever made.
Hey, it came about because he was in there
That was the deal.
trying to take control.
That was the deal to be on a soundtrack. You got to put him a cameo. That was the deal on there, but he took advantage of that camper. God
But you
damn,
know what?
that
I'm gonna say this, man. I appreciate that they make these stories. I mean, all these stories, the Temptations, the New Edition story, all of them give you a new insight to what was going on. If it's fictitious or it's real, who knows? But it's kind of cool to get these little insights of what was going down.
I'm just waiting for the backlash after part 2. See who comes
I
out.
gotta check it out because I ain't seen the first one yet.
Yeah.
But I'll catch up. I started watching. I mean, it's a whole nother topic, but I started watching. Y'all saw Black Mirror
Nah.
on Netflix?
Nah,
I
my
just started
recommendation
watching
is
it,
for
man.
y'all to
Pretty good.
watch the Bobby Brown story, though. I'll say that.
Yeah, but you a
My
Bobby
mouth.
Brown fan.
I'm a New Edition fan, Bobby Brown fan.
Yeah, but you be heavy on Bobby Brown.
I
Though.
like Bobby Brown. I mean, I know the boy was out there. I know he was lunching. I'll tell you that.
His music was all right,
It's good music.
and his slow music sucked.
Shit,
His
you
fast
crazy.
music. Name a slow song that was good.
Ronnie,
Nigga, Ronnie was horrible.
are you what?
Just
You
the
what
title. The
fuck?
title of the
Listen
song
to
is
that
stupid.
motherfucker.
What the fuck, Tenderoni? You know what? That shit don't travel through time because Tenderoni might have been a nice word to say then.
In the 80s?
But now
the word
Roni
don't
sounds
travel, but
stu-
Roni
Roni
is a
sounds
beat.
stupid as fuck now.
What? Rock with you?
Rock with you. Okay, you know what? I like
Even
Rock
his
With You
first
better.
one was all right. I Need a Girlfriend.
Shit.
Come on,
No,
man.
that wasn't.
For a kid's, man, he was only 16 when he made I Need a Girlfriend.
Man, it was whack. I don't give a fuck if he was 10.
Rock with you.
Whack.
That motherfucker probably know all the lyrics. Eric, sing
got-
the lyrics.
I don't
I
know.
got some
man.
ass
Sing the
on.
lyrics. Come on, I'll help you start.
You didn't get no ass.
I got some ass on rocks.
Oh,
I want to rock
not
with
girlfriend.
you. That's a girlfriend. What you mean I got no ass? What?
Ain't nobody getting no ass on girlfriend.
No.
He was only 16. He-
Bobby Brown didn't get no ass on girlfriend.
I don't think
Hell
he
no. He was on the second
did. Hey,
kid.
he already had babies then.
was on his second kid on
I
it.
don't like his slow music. I think it's whack.
Rock with you was the shit, man.
Hey, just peek the joint. We moving on. What's the new topic, Eric? You said?
Man, I ain't say shit.
You said black something. Watching
I said
something on
Black
Netflix.
Mirror.
Oh, Black
no,
Mirror.
I was talking about Black Mirror, but I don't know nothing about it yet. I just start watching it. Anybody watching anything any good? Also, I want to start watching. Did y'all start watching? There's a whole bunch of shows I want to start watching, but I can't really even talk on them because I ain't watched them yet. You saw Ozark?
Nah. For one,
Oh, he coming back. Kevin came back to the mic. You saw Ozark?
Ozark is the motherfucking shit.
Man, I gotta watch it. I got it on my thing now. I'm finna start watching it.
If you are not watching Ozark, I watched season 1. Season 2 is out now. Let me say this in
This
my.
nigga came back to
Let
the
me
mic.
let me say this in my
gonna get
professional
ice, he
radio
came back.
voice.
you gonna get some ice.
I was going to get some ice. My radio voice. Ozark is a show about a family.
I don't know
I'm
what voice that
bullshit.
is.
I'm bullshit. But hey, Ozark off the motherfucking chart, dog. That's a good ass show.
So there's a bunch of shows that
Yeah, you need to get on that one.
Netflix. Man, I gotta say it
And
again. I
you-
know we've
and I-
said it once before,
And
but
fuck you in 100.
did you watch the end? Okay, you got to see the end.
I just
But
started season 5, motherfucker.
all right.
That shit is crazy.
I know we said it once before, but man, Netflix is doing big things, bro. I mean, they making it where I don't even watch TV no more. I go straight to Netflix. I got them Vizio televisions, so my remote.
Oh, yeah, you got the apps.
Yeah, my remote control. No, my remote control says Netflix on it.
Oh, yeah, right there.
So I just hit the Netflix button. I don't even go to the regular. And if it wasn't for the news, and I guess ESPN, I watch, to catch up on a little bit of stuff. Man, I don't know, bro. I'm all Netflix. They got the shit on there, bro.
What I do suggest, you watch that LeBron thing called The Shop. That's pretty good.
I did see some
That's-
previews.
Man, that's
some
good.
previews on that. So there's only been one show, right, so far,
It's only
That's
been
one
one
with-
show, but
with Candace Parker and who else was on that show? It was a few
Um,
folks on there.
they had Jon Stewart,
And-
the
Yeah,
comedian.
let me get some ice and some Worcestershire sauce.
They had Snoop Dogg, Odell
Yeah,
Beckham.
Snoop Dogg, Odell Beckham. Yeah, so I saw.
Draymond Green.
I haven't seen that one yet. I just
That's
kept
some
seeing the
other cats.
previews. I kept seeing the preview. Hey, take some of this. I can't take all this. Pause.
God damn it.
That was some gay shit, nigga. You better never say no shit like that again.
Pause. Damn, this nigga made a mess. Splash.
Motherfucker blew up.
Yeah, all over.
Oh, shit.
Want to get some shit off your chest? Hey, come on. Let's go. What are we talking about? Back to what we was talking about. What were we talking about?
We saw Netflix, bro.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
this got
Netflix.
some great shows on there.
Yeah, it's
motherfucker.
got some
Yeah,
good
I'm
shit.
with you. I'm watching more Netflix than I'm watching TV.
Yep. I was gonna do best diss songs, but we can say that for another thing, another time. We want to do shout out to your boy. I know you the big 49er fan.
Who?
You
Man, fuck that shit. You know.
go ahead and talk about your ex quarterback though.
Let me say this before we even fall. This is official. When it comes to football,
Yes.
49er loss, Cowboy win. I'm happy either way.
Hey, real quick,
We talking about sports.
real quick. Before we get into Kaepernick, Tone, before you say anything, bruh, nigga, we gotta get you at least to follow a team this year. I know you don't do sports.
Patriots.
Fruity. Here you go. Not the Patriots, though. We can't do the Patriots. Pick another team.
How the fuck?
Because I said you can't do the Patriots, nigga. Pick another team.
Because they winners.
we don't fuck with Tom Brady.
Okay, we need you to pick something that's a little more like
Challenging.
yeah.
We don't fuck with Tom Brady.
Okay.
Bill Belichick.
Why can't you be a
Bengals?
Giants fan? Be a Giants fan. You claim New York.
You haters. Fuck that shit.
No,
You
this
can't-
Oh, Jets. Which one you want, the Jets or the Giants? Giants would be better because they're in our conference, but
Fuck Tom Brady.
if you want Jets,
They
pick
tell me to
Jets.
pick a team, and I pick a team, you'd be like, no. No.
I think pick the Patriots. You're like, no, not the Patriots.
Man,
No.
fuck Bill Belichick.
I think the Steelers, not the Steelers.
I could have sworn we picked this like a couple of shows.
I
more
know,
time.
but you said the Patriots, and we don't want you to have the Patriots.
Yeah, we can't let you.
Yeah, I
fuck with
pretty
the
much cut you motherfuckers off as soon as you start talking about it. It's like, yeah, Tony,
Yeah,
you're
we
going to
can't
start
fuck-
watching.
Are you
team.
going because it starts this Sunday, right?
Patriots on the 9th.
Oh, okay.
Thursday night football though, huh? The
Wait a
Giants
minute.
and the Falcons?
Tomorrow's Thursday.
No, I'm sorry, Giants and the Falcons. That's funny. Philadelphia Eagles and the Falcons, right?
When? Thursday?
Thursday. Is
Tomorrow?
It? Is it? Is it?
Is that regular season?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it starts tomorrow then. So pick you a team.
For tomorrow's?
No, nigga, pick you a team for the season. So
Shit, I gotta look. I'll check.
Okay, you want to go to Patriots for real?
I was give Patriots.
Okay.
I mean, what do you
we
want
give them
to
the
do?
Patriots. We give them the Patriots.
Nah, fuck that,
Bengals.
man.
I know.
Why?
I hate giving them the Patriots.
I can't stand.
What team y'all gonna pick?
Cowboys.
All right then.
We Cowboy fans though.
I'm a Cowboy fan.
I'm not a fan, so I just pick a team.
You know what? You can't. Never mind. You can't
I'm
play.
from the New England area, so I just
You can't play. Never mind.
I can't play.
No, we're not gonna let you play.
Hey, this was a whole waste of time.
Go ahead and
man.
give me the Kaepernick story, Kev.
Son of a bitch.
Like you said, I just want to give a shout out to the boy. The fact is, Nike. I mean,
you know what?
they was quiet.
It's more of a shout out to Nike.
Yeah, Nike was quiet. I mean, in one sense, kind of
chance.
pissed off that Nike didn't say they would had him still on the contract. But in the same sense, that's kind of cool that they going to 30-year anniversary, right?
Well, they doubled down tonight too.
Yep.
You heard
That's
that?
cool.
They
did?
doubled down tonight. Where they're gonna so tomorrow night during the opening game,
Uh-huh.
they're gonna run with the Nike commercial with Kaepernick in it, doing the the whatever it is that what is it? I forget what the saying is that Kaepernick is for.
Oh, something like even if you have to sacrifice.
Yeah.
everything or some shit. That's
so
a damn shame.
They
man.
running it tomorrow night, and they doubling down. So that's real good because there's a part of me that thought that when Nike first did it, and then with the backlash of the fuckers burning Nike and cutting the Nike sign out their shit and everything else. Who was the country star, Kev? That was
I don't know, Big
Pumping
Rich
that
or
shit.
something like that.
Big
Some
shit.
dude.
I
Big-
don't even know. Who
Hey,
motherfuckers stupid ripping up your Nike, man.
Man,
Go ahead.
But
Go ahead.
anyway, I thought that there was
Well,
a
he confused.
possibility. I thought there was a possibility that Nike might sway away from it a little bit, kind of back down, but they doubled down on it, which is cool for Nike. So
During the game, right?
go ahead, finish up, Kev.
No, it's just a trip to me that, like you said, I wanted to add on to that country star singer. I think dude is confused. I think a lot of people get out there and they get to talking about the disrespect of the police department and the fire department and the soldiers and all that, and they forget
Disrespecting
that's
the
not,
soldiers, boy.
Yeah, that's not what
Shout out
Kaepernick
to
was
the troops.
protesting about. So that kind of pisses me off that he's one of those people that's in the middle of that saying we're being disrespectful. Man, get to the real. Cap was not saying
we
that.
can't-
Let's kill it, man.
We
Kill
can't
it.
say enough. I mean, I know I hear it everywhere. We're not the only ones saying it, but it's crazy that people are still trying to say it's disrespectful to the soldiers.
Right.
It's disrespectful to the flag. It's disrespectful to the country. He and everyone else has said many a times what the protest is about. And when you look past, when you continue purposely look past what the purpose is, what the fight is about, and still put it on, it's disrespectful for those reasons. That's just so pig-headed. That's just crazy how somebody can tell you blue, 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 and you'll still come at them and say red.
Red.
And they say, no, it's
Red.
blue, 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 blue. And they still say red, no matter what you say.
Yeah, that's
It's
just
just
mentally
crazy.
retarded to me. I mean, so
It's one of those things where it's an ongoing thing for the last 2-3 years already.
Yeah, it's getting old.
Yeah, it's getting old. How many times he has to tell you? He asked a damn
Veteran, yep.
what's the best way to do it, and he said kneel. That's a veteran.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta admit though that as a veteran, protest is necessary. But at the same time, I'm tired. Like you say, this is going on for what 2-3 years now, Tone.
Mm-hmm.
I am getting sick of it in the middle of my football. I mean, and that's not saying that it's not a great cause, and I'm not down with the cause. I'm saying that Sunday is very important to me, and a lot of people wake up, they put on their Sunday best, brush their teeth, comb their hair, and go to church.
You going to the early or the late service?
Oh no, I'm going to the football field. I don't know where y'all going, But you know,
I don't know what you but I ain't
I'm going to
change.
worship. I hate to say, I'm going to worship that star. Them Cowboys that let me down every year, like a lot of y'all's religions do. But that's a whole nother topic. But yeah, I am getting tired of it mixing in with my football. Unlike Tone, Tone just kind of goes along with us on Sunday. Wherever the alcohol is, he's happy. Me and Kev,
Drinks.
me and Kev are diehard Cowboy fans, and we love Sunday up until a point, until we get the results. We happy as hell Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Sunday
Thinking another
evening,
win. Here we
Sunday
go.
evening,
Let's go.
we beating the kids and shaking the wife
Motherfuckers.
after our Cowboys lose. But
Mm-mm.
I'm ready for the protest. It is what it is. Keep it going, whatever. But can we get it out of our football, man?
Yeah.
Get
kinda
get
nice.
the politics out of the goddamn game.
So-
Not to mention, they had to come with the bag just to fit that in a commercial.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nike.
So I got
What are you saying?
So when they come to the to putting the ad, especially putting Colin Kaepernick with everything he's going on with the NFL, ooh, that's a
So
big
who did it-
fuck you and fuck you, Trump.
Yeah.
Because
Trump hating that, bro.
he's got a deal, and he's putting Colin Kaepernick, number one enemy for the NFL right now, and in an ad
number one enemy for
during the game.
so. Hey,
Ooh.
so that commercial, Kev,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that commercial, Kev's gonna be like excuse me, it's gonna be like a Super Bowl commercial.
Mm.
Everybody gonna be watching that commercial. It's gonna be a commercial that, whether it's good or not, everybody's gonna be sitting there watching that
Watching
shit.
it.
They're either gonna be hating it, or they're gonna be loving it, like the OJ verdict.
And you know that come with the money. NFL ain't
the bottom
passing
line
up no
is,
money
man,
like that.
Let's get back to some football.
I don't think it's
Or
up
the
to
network.
Well, NFL does. I'm not gonna say don't have nothing to do with it, but the network is who they probably got who got that money, and who's gonna
Yep.
turn down Nike? So the NFL ain't turning down Nike.
Hell no. They ain't
So-
supposed to be banning that deal.
So anyway, so go
They're
on,
not gonna
Kev.
be
Go on,
too happy.
Kev.
No, it's just
Go on,
like you said-
Kev.
just like you said.
Go on, Kev.
Shouts
Go
out to
on,
Nike.
Kev.
Nike, way to stick with Colin Kaepernick. Hopefully it all goes well. Hopefully somebody fucking listen, like Eric said. We're
Go on,
talking
Kev.
blue, we're not talking red. So let's get that shit straight. And I'm ready, like Eric said, I'm ready to get back to some fucking football. I'm ready to see these niggas get to it.
I didn't even hear nothing you just said because I was talking over you. What'd you say?
I know, but I ain't even worried about you. And Tone, man, you come in here with some Patriots gear, motherfucker, we gonna have it. It's gonna be on. But you bring that
better-
shit up in here.
I'm gonna bring it in.
You better
And
not
I'm
wear that
playing
shit,
that.
Tone.
It's your color too. That
It's a-
blue, silver,
blue,
red,
that
white
blue,
kind of.
that
Yeah,
red.
that's some shit he
my
wear
shit,
too.
man. That's my
He
shit.
had some. Matter of fact, he had them Air Maxes that was kind of like that, huh?
What?
Them silver and red.
Oh, there's some. Yeah, but they got
We are
blue.
gonna
They
we're
got
gonna have a
blue.
football
They got
show
blue.
pretty soon. Not.
No.
They got no football show.
No.
Hey, so
Anyway,
Motherfuckers, listeners, all three of you guys gonna be sleeping.
real quick too, I know we're coming down to the end, so I want to say this while we not exiting. We really gotta. This show is like something that we started, and it was more about just we talk all the time. We argue all the time, basically. And a lot of times when we get done, we get to laughing and sometimes we get to fighting, but a lot of times we've always said at the end of it, like, man, if that was a show, that would have been good. That would have been good. So that's how we came to the not the conclusion, but to the beginnings of starting this show. So we never thought that it would really get going, and now that it's getting going, we're seeing that there's other things that we have to consider. And one of the things we have to really start considering here is promoting the show. We don't promote the show a lot, and we're seeing that we're starting to get a little buzz from, not a lot of buzz, but buzz from, people we know, people we don't know. We're seeing a couple of comments, about the show, and it's making us realize that it can really, it could really turn into something. we work on what we have to work on every week. We know that the show's not perfect, but I mean that's what the show is, not perfect. That's part of what makes the show. So with saying all that, reason I'm saying all that is because we really would appreciate the people who listen.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
First of all, we appreciate you listening. Second of all, leave comments, leave a rating, and most importantly, tell a friend. Whether they like it or not, we don't care if you like it or not. I hate to sound like some of the other shows that we listen to.
If you hating, that's cool too.
I hate that's what I'm about to say. I hate to sound like some of the other shows that we listen to, but if you hate the show, we don't mind. Leave a hateful message, but
We ain't gonna read
give
it.
us the 5-star rating. You know what I'm saying? Give us the good 5-star rating and say whatever the fuck you want to say. But at the same time, help us out with that. We
We want feedback from y'all.
yeah, and that
sure.
feedback also attracts attention from the carriers that carry our podcast, and that can get us to a whole nother level and stuff. So we can reach more people and be on more platforms. So that's enough of that. But make sure you hit them like buttons and everything else that's got to do with us.
Definitely.
Sorry, no old school music this episode, but we still have more to go.
And when it comes to likable people, it go me, then it go Tone, then it go Eric, then it go me, then it goes.
Nah, for sure they like me better.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm just
I want y'all to like me. But
That's that
I want
shit.
Don't get me wrong. I like.
Somebody Bobby in here.
Yeah, I want the public to like me, but y'all two motherfuckers, I don't give a shit.
Hey, the bottom
like.
line is it don't matter who you like and who you don't like. We doing this because we sit in the garage talking that shit, and we always got an opinion. We don't know if we wrong. We don't know if we right. We don't know what we is. We just know we got our opinion, and we gonna say our shit. And if you got an opinion, say your shit. Simple as that.
Yeah. Hey, Kev,
Yeah.
tell them about real quick about how we came about being here at your place real quick.
And
Yeah. Anyway, so that's the end of the show. Hit us with the beat.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
Can't nobody want to hear that bullshit. Start the music. I was playing with you. Start the music, bro.
I'm
It'll
gonna
be
edit
over.
that shit the fuck out. You ain't gonna hear shit. For some reason on this episode, you'll be like, that nigga's mic ain't working. Eric, I can't hear shit he's saying. So
Man,
fuck
please.
him from the top, from the rooter to the tutor.
This is
Just
my
me and
house.
Tone. This is my house. Yeah. All right, let's get this shit cracking. Hey, that's the motherfucking show.
Yeah.
Do I got time for another cup?
You got just a minute.
Go start drinking now.
Drink that shit, boy.
Just now.
Put some more in there.
Oh,
Put it all in
That
there.
motherfucking Don't Be Stupid podcast when we
Drink
always gonna be ignorant as much as we possibly can because that's the way we is. You know how it is?
appreciate y'all.
We do appreciate you, like we said.
Finish it.
The
me put it
motherfucker
in.
you ain't gonna hear unless you got some super in tune
There you go.
headphones.
Get every last drop.
You ain't gonna hear what this nigga said, but whatever he said earlier is what you should really pay attention to.
Salute to the troops. Come home safe.
Yes, sir.
Hey, shouts out to Nike. Colin Kaepernick, boy. Find a team.
Wait, that nigga don't
You
play for the Cowboys.
sorry, motherfucker.
All right. Love you, ma.
All I got to say is peace.
Got it.
Oh, I got indigestion.
Don't fart, you nasty motherfucker.
I said I got indigestion, motherfucker. I didn't say that.
Your gut is
Gas.
fucked up. You get some milk?
Man, did you turn it on?